Welcome to Meldon Law and Friends. I'm Jeffrey Meldon, attorney and founder at Meldon Law, and welcome to our show today. We've got a terrific guest who I think is going to be very interesting to our listeners, help solve some problems that we all have to deal with. Anyhow, I want to go through a little bit of what's going on in the community. As you know, Meldon Law, founded in 1971, prides itself on giving back to the community and being involved in the community. We have over 40 team members, and every one of them is involved in helping the community in some way. I think that it's part of our responsibility as a law firm to give back, and since we're the only official injury law firm partner of the Florida Gators, we get all this really cool Gators swag that we get to give away, and tickets and other things. It's really fun. As a matter of fact, all you have to do is go to our Facebook page or our Instagram page. That's Meldon Law, either Instagram or Facebook, and you will see a lot of opportunities to get tickets for different events. For example, the Florida-Georgia game's coming up. I think it's November 2nd, and it's going to be a blast. The Florida-Georgia game is always big, and since Florida got a little bit of a energy boost beating up on Kentucky, some fans think that we might even win the game, and so do I. Why not? Biggest upset of the year, that would be, except Vanderbilt beat Oklahoma. That might be bigger, but still, I just want to let you know we are giving away 2 great seats to the Florida-Georgia game. In addition to that, 2 nights at the Riverfront Hotel right across from the stadium, and you can just take a ferry over there and see the game. Friday night before the game, we're giving away a beautiful dinner at the Ruth Chris Steakhouse, which is actually right there on the river. And you get to go to the game, hang out. We have a great tailgate, also big Meldon swag bag, and a football signed by Coach Billy Napier. Napier's been in the doghouse with fans for the last month or so. However, things might be turning. So let's see what happens at the Florida-Georgia game. Be there. Again, just go on. All of the events at the University of Florida, the athletic events, we're giving away seats to. So just go check out Meldon Law on either Facebook or Instagram. Couple other things that are going on this week that are really big. Our good friend Lizzie Jenkins is celebrating her 86th birthday. Lizzie Jenkins, at 86 years old, remembers from her aunt the story and details of the Rosewood Massacre that occurred January 1st, 1923 in Rosewood, Florida, not too far from Gainesville. It was made into a famous movie, 1997, big Hollywood production, and Lizzie Jenkins has decided to create a museum out in Archer, Florida, where she has family property dating back to 1923, and is going to put a museum there so that we know the real story of Rosewood. Anyhow, it's coming up tomorrow night, so it's October 23rd, Wednesday night, here at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, where we are right now. You can see we're in the podcast room. The head ball coach's helmets are all behind me, and we're having a great time. So what do? If you want to come, please come to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. We're going to be celebrating from 5 to 10 p.m., and all you have to do is go to Lizzie, Lizzieprj at AOL.com, or show up, or just go to the Real Rosewood Foundation. It's her birthday, so we're going to have a great time. I'm going to be there, and it should be a blast. This weekend, lots of fun things. So the Big County Fair, the Gateway Fair in Lake City, Columbia County, 70th annual Florida Gateway Fair. It goes on for 10 days at the Florida Gateway Fairgrounds in Lake City. And it's going to be a blast. It's like a real fair. You know, there's going to be food, there's going to be rides, there's going to be animals, petting zoos for the kids, all that stuff. So, they know how to do it right. Last Friday, we had the homecoming parade, and Meldon Law was great. The team members stepped up. We were the only law firm in the parade. We had the float designed by E.J. Nevis from Nevis Media. Daniel Gray with Gray Realty helped build it, and it was a team effort. We all got in the over at the Ocala location at our law firm building there, and we spent Thursday afternoon putting it together and painting it, and it turned out great. Actually, they had been working on it for about a week before, but we did the final touches as a team, and it was fun. Trailer was lent to us by Momentum Dance Arts. So everybody had a blast. You got to come to the Gator Homecoming Parade next year. It's so much fun. We absolutely loved it, and we're going to double our efforts next year. So be there or be square. Couple other things that I see are going on. The Alzheimer's Walk. For the last 3 years, my wife Patricia and I have been the co-chairs for the Alzheimer's Walk to End Alzheimer's, and there's remarkable things going on with Alzheimer's research right now. There's actually ways to slow down the progress of Alzheimer's for you or your loved ones, and we're very, very proud to chair this walk to end Alzheimer's. It's Saturday. Starts about 8:30, 9 o'clock at the Trinity Methodist Church in Gainesville. All you have to do is just Google the Walk to End Alzheimer's and in Gainesville, and you'll get all the information you need. All you have to do is show up. We've been doing these walks for 35 years in 600 communities around the country. It's very, very important. They support the care and research for Alzheimer's victims, and everybody knows somebody that's been affected by Alzheimer's or dementia, and it's very close to home. For Patricia and I, we take care of Patricia's mom, who's turning 92 in January, and she's got a little bit of dementia that really affects her. It's a little more than a little, and but we are very proud to take care of her at home, and we are very supportive of everything that the Alzheimer's Association does, both locally and nationally. Ocala Arts Festival, October 26th and 27th, downtown Ocala. So this is a blast. Every year they have a really nice arts festival. It's a great time to get your Christmas gifts. Wow. They're going to have everything there. Music, great arts from more than 150 artists are going to be there. So I think that's where you want to be over the weekend. We're also giving away our book, 7 Mistakes That Can Wreck Your Florida Accident Case. The title's kind of kooky, but it should get your attention. There's 7 mistakes that can wreck your Florida accident case, meaning right up front, You need to know who to call, what to say, where to go, what to do if you're injured, how do you handle it. So I wrote a book, and it's short, it's easy. 7 mistakes you can wreck your Florida accident case, and it's free. All you have to do is go to our website, Meldon Law, and on the home page at the top, you will be able to either download a PDF version immediately, or you can have us send it to you. All you have to do is either go online and say, send me a copy, or call the office and say, send me a copy, and we will be glad to send it to you. I also have another book on insurance that I would highly recommend. All you have to do is take the brochure, the consumer guide, take it to your local insurance agent, show them the recommendations I have in the book. It's all on one page, and ask them if that meets your financial needs. It's easy, but it's so important because in the state of Florida, there's no required insurance for bodily injury liability. Florida's the only one of 49 other states all have mandatory bodily injury liability or some equivalent. Florida is the only state, and we live free here, so you got to pay in order to live free, because if you don't, when you get injured and you got a mountain of medical bills and you're permanently injured and you don't have uninsured motorist coverage, over half the time you're going to get zero, nada, zip from the other person, because it's not required, and people who are on a budget don't buy liability insurance. So that's the problem in Florida. We're trying to change the law, but right now there's no change in sight. So you better go to your local insurance agent. Don't call an 800 number or go online. I'm telling you, go to a local person who can really assess your needs. The people that you go online with or call 800 number, they've probably been there for 3 weeks and don't know what the hell they're talking about. So as far as what your needs are, I'm not talking about the product they sell. I'm talking about what you need as far as coverage. So that's my rant on Florida auto insurance. And of course, Meldon Law specializes in handling cases for people who have been seriously injured in accidents. We do a lot of motor vehicle accidents, truck accidents, motorcycle. It's really becoming more popular and more dangerous. Electric bikes, particularly around the University of Florida and other areas. People are looking for less expensive transportation, and you don't have much protection when you're on a bike, a scooter, even a motor scooter. And there's different laws that apply to the insurance on those. So in the event that you move around somewhere other than a car or a truck, you need to make sure you have proper coverage. That's what's going on in the community. If you have any organization you'd like to help us inform our listeners about, just give us a call at Meldon Law, ask for the marketing department, and we'll get you on. We want to try to help grow our friends' charities and businesses here at Meldon Law. We're going to take a quick 3-minute break, and then I'll be back with Meldon Law and Friends.
Jeffrey, what are you doing?
Well, I'm joining the band, of course. Since Meldon Law is the official law firm partner of the Florida Gators, I want to help.
Dad, we're litigators. Let's stick to helping people in the courtroom.
Well, can we still hang out and jam a little bit? At Meldon Law, we won't back down.
I was going down a one-way street and a girl that was driving her car T-boned me on my scooter. I ended up going for an MRI and discovering that I had 2 herniated discs. Coming to Cary allowed me to not have to worry about what doctor I was going to see or what physical therapist I had to go to. They say, these are the people we trust. You're going to have a great experience there. And I honestly did each time.
Call Meldon Law. Your consultation is absolutely free.
And I was in an accident. Someone ran a red light and hit me, and I was hurt. You don't know where to turn. Luckily, I called Jeffrey. These big insurance companies, they don't want you to win. They truly don't. But Jeffrey and his firm and the people that work here, they just really fight for you. You call the law offices of Jeffrey Meldon because you're going to need help, and they will help you.
Call Meldon Law right now.
Hey, Sammy, look who's there. Say hi.
Hey!
You again.
Meldon Law, Jeffrey speaking.
Somebody else hit us.
Here we go again. Welcome back to Meldon Law and Friends. I'm Jeffrey Meldon, and I'm here with my friend, Angela Presti. How are you doing today, Angela?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm great. The weather's changing a little now.
Oh, I love it. It feels like fall is coming.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
How long have you lived in Florida now?
I've been here since 2011, so 13 years.
So your blood's thinned out a little bit?
Yeah, I'm definitely become a Floridian. I go to New York and I'm freezing, so something's changed.
Well, some friends came down last week from New York, and I think it was pretty cold up there.
Oh, it was. I think it's been but it's strange. It's been cold, but today's like 85, so it goes back and forth. It's like Florida, but not really, because it's going to be freezing soon.
We don't have quite the same winter.
No, they get like brutal 20, 30 degrees and snow. I'm not into that anymore.
So I understand you're in a business that we all need, and that's the home cleaning business, right?
Yep.
And go back to when you started it back in New York. How did you get involved in the business?
It was strange how I got involved. I had just had my second child, and my sister-in-law said, "You love to clean, and you always look like you're having fun doing it." And I said, "I do." I'd put some loud music and really get into it. So she said, "Let's start a business," and we did. She didn't last that long. I think it was like a month, and she said, "I'm not cleaning dirty houses," but I said, I thought that was the object of the game. I continued it, and I actually really loved it. I felt like it was my calling. It was my job for life. I wound up getting bigger and started hiring some girls, and it just took off from there. And I did it until I moved to Florida back in 2010. And I continued it here. And
So how did you start when you moved here in 2011? How did you get your business going?
it was weird. There was an ad on Craigslist. This woman was looking for a personal assistant, and that's what got me going. I took the job, and she wanted me to manage her homes and her Airbnbs, and I went right back into the business not even knowing it. So I worked for her, and then it started to bother me, and I said, you know what, I miss being my own boss. And I just started it up again and took off from there, and I've had 13 lovely people from Venezuela, hardworking. It's almost like having family members. They're just unbelievable. They would do anything for you. We help each other. It's like a family business. It's not even like employees.
Well, my wife was born in Cuba but raised in Venezuela.
Oh wow, yeah, it's a beautiful country.
And we have a granny nanny living with us from Venezuela.
Really? Wow, that's great. They're
So I know all about Venezuela.
Super sweet people, responsible, reliable. You could trust them with anything.
Yeah.
Never had an issue. I love it.
Unfortunately, the idiots that are running the country have screwed up the richest country in South America.
Yeah, sad that it's gotten like that.
Yeah, and that it's just unbelievable. My wife Patricia fled Cuba when she was 4 years old with her parents and family. Right, they reestablished themselves in Venezuela, did very well. And then when Chavez came in there at the end of 1998, she said, "I'm taking my kids to Miami. We're going to become U.S. citizens." And
come come here for a better world, and that's what we're here for.
Well, she lost her home in Cuba and then lost, and then
that's
had to
terrible.
flee Venezuela. So,
Wow.
She's
been through a lot.
So, for those listening and watching, I just want to say that it's commendable that you're getting some hardworking people that are honest and trustworthy to help you with your
It's so strange. Like,
visit.
as soon as I'm looking for an employee, I just have to let the word out to one of them. I have 3 cousins coming. They're becoming legal, and it's like I just, hired 3 more girls. So it's been super easy, which is great. I'm very lucky because in New York it wasn't that lucky. It was hard finding the right people.
Well, and I think Florida is getting, a lot of immigrants here, and and most of the Venezuelans that we know are trying to do it legally and go through the proper steps.
Yeah, all my girls are on payroll. They're just phenomenal, just hardworking. Like I have a couple now working, and they could work 10 hours and not complain. It's just like I don't even. I thank God every day that I have these kind of girls working for me.
Well, not only that, they're making a lot more than they would.
Oh, definitely.
I mean,
pay them well enough, and
they're lucky to make $1 an hour in Venezuela.
I know that's what they tell me. It's so sad.
And so, compare that to what, you pay them and all that. So let's talk about if folks need to get their home cleaned. First of all, what are the cities, the areas that you help folks keep their homes clean in? What towns?
Sure, we work all the way from Orlando, pretty much all of Central Florida, all the way down to the villages in Ocala and everywhere in between. Lake Mary, Sanford, Mount Dora, Leesburg, even Claremont, Groveland, Kissimmee, wherever, it's like within an hour and a half to 2 hour range. We don't mind going.
Well, that's great, because home cleaning, particularly with most families, both the husband and the wife are working and, keeping track of a home and really having a deep clean is hard, right?
It's so true, yeah. A lot of it is young people, older people that work hard. I mean, and it could be a one-time cleaning. It could be a weekly, bi-weekly, every 3 weeks, monthly, as needed. We're just there to help anyone that needs it.
Yeah, you were telling me that, like in the villages, there's a lot of people that really enjoy having a service.
Yes, they're mostly like once a month. They like having us because they're not in their home as much. They're actually trying to enjoy their life. That's what you're in the villages for. So we always usually do like every 3 weeks, so once a month, and they love it. We'll make their bed, wash their lawn, do whatever it takes to make them happy, and they love that once a month they're going to have these 2 women walk in with a smile on their face and give them, peace of mind that they know that they can trust them and their house looks clean and they can go out and have fun.
All I know is my wife gets very happy when we have house cleaners come.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
It's nice to walk in and smell it.
Yeah.
And then we also do a lot of vacation homes in the villages. A lot of people tend to come there for a vacation home, Airbnbs.
Oh, really?
So
See,
we
I
do
didn't
many
know
of
that.
those. Yeah, it's very
So
popular.
these are people that own homes in the villages.
As an investment, and they live all over the world. Some in Italy, some in Germany, some in New York, anywhere. And we take care of their homes. We manage it. We let them know when they need supplies, and pretty much they have it well planned. Like they pretty much have it. Every month is booked. I don't know how they do it, but it's booked a lot.
Oh,
solid.
see, I didn't know that. I thought
Yeah.
everybody were snowbirds and they just came down and everybody in the villages just lived there,
And I think a lot of them do it, and then eventually they're going to retire, and then they're going to take that home back, because that's what some of my folks that we
Oh,
do.
okay.
Like 50% of them are
They want to
planning.
buy a house now and
Make the money and then live comfortably and enjoy that life that you can in the villages. And even Ocala now has top of the world. It's similar
Oh
to
my
the
God!
villages.
Well, the top of the world was way before the villages.
That's what I heard. I didn't know that. I thought it came after.
No.
Oh,
The
wow.
Colin family. Ken Colin is the owner, and his father started it back. I think in the probably in the 50s or 60s they bought the property, and then they started building top of the world. And on State Road 200, there's tons of retirement communities now, but top of the world's huge.
Yeah, I definitely want to go see it. I've never seen it. I've heard about it when we clean there, but not like seen enough of it to get into.
They have their own theater there.
Wow.
I mean, it's
so you don't have to leave your community. Everything's right in the community.
Everything is right there. There's probably 25 organizations that have meetings there every day. Okay,
That's great.
I mean,
that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean it's a large community, and the family that has owned it has really put a lot back into the community in Ocala and done a really nice job there.
Really? Wow. Definitely. I mean, it looks like it's definitely building up in Ocala. You can tell it's going to be a happening city.
Well,
That's
I
great,
moved
like
here.
Orlando.
Well, I moved here in 1970, and Orlando hadn't gotten Disney yet. It was still a cow. We called it a cow town because that's what Orlando used to be. A bunch of cowboys with cattle.
That's so funny to go back in time, and now it's like crazy.
It doesn't look the
so
same.
Popular, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
an amazing place to be.
so it's really interesting that you're helping this so many people, and that you're willing to travel
Yes.
to help out, because that's really important. I'm sure that there's some people that just couldn't get along without somebody like you and your company providing the service to clean up.
Yeah, we're dependable, reliable. If anything happens, we're always going to give you a phone call. I'm more hands-on. Like, I communicate so much with my clients. They're like I said, they're close to me. Like, I call them the night before, the day of, make sure that they're happy, send them pictures if they're not there. Especially if someone is an investment home, I'm sending them pictures nonstop so that they know they're being taken care of by us. They don't have to worry. It's carefree.
And how do you decide what the charge is going to be for the service?
I usually base it on the square footage, and then, how much stuff, like pets involved, if there's kids, that causes more dirt. I mean, the older people, it's a set price that they're not living there, so it's like basic. You try to charge based on square footage, and usually it's like 100 to 130 a month. It's really depends, because a lot of people say, well, does that mean that you're only going to be here 2 hours? I don't base it on time. If we're going to be there a little longer, you had a party, we're still going to charge you the same price. It's not going to fluctuate. It's going to stay standard.
Well, that's very, very reasonable.
Yeah, I try not to be a crook. You want to be in the middleman so that people do stay with you till they don't need you any longer.
Yeah, no,
That's
I mean,
what we try to do.
well, we have a Venezuelan couple that come over once a week, and the husband and wife do a deep clean.
Well, that's great. Yeah, once a week.
And my
It's
wife.
nice, right? She probably comes home and is excited.
Yeah. And, well, I mean, I've had the same housekeeper for 43 years.
Wow, really? That's amazing.
Now, so Ruby is older now, so she comes over on Monday and Wednesday and does a little here and a little there.
Yeah,
and
it's still great that she's involved with your family. She's almost like a family member.
Right. Yeah, I can't fire
Not
her.
even clean. No. It's so true. That's like I've been cleaning someone's house for 12 years, and I can't even imagine not. She's like, you better keep working till you're old. I said, well, I can't do this forever, but I try.
Well, when you have an active home, it's so important to have help.
You really, yeah, and everyone needs a little bit of help. I always, admit it. A lot of people, when you go into their home, they have to feel comfortable with you, and a lot of times they're nervous. I've never had anyone, so you sit down and you get to know them as a person, and then slowly you win them over, and they're like, "Wow, you're a person. You're normal. You actually want to know about me." And I said, "Yeah," because it's hard to trust someone with your home. You've been cleaning it yourself, and now you're allowing this woman that you don't even know, and then when they get to know you, they're like, "You can come anytime." You become, their life, they know your life, and that's how it is. Like, all my clients treat my girls like family, and
So-
it's really nice.
So it's Angie's Cleaning Service. How do people get a hold of you?
They usually call me I have a New York number, and I have a 407 Orlando number, or they could email me, text me. I always answer.
Now,
No matter what.
If they Google your name, can they find you?
Yeah, they could find me.
Under what?
Angie's Cleaning Services.
Angie's Cleaning Services. So that's for those of you that are like me, if I can remember one thing like Angie's Cleaning Services, right? I'll just, Google the name.
Yeah,
And then I'll know how to get a hold of you, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I also belong to like BNI. That's helped me a lot to grow my business in the villages in Ocala. I've met so many interesting people.
Well, you know, Angel
Yes.
Torres in our office. She's in I guess she in your BNI
Yeah, she's
group.
my BNI. She's a sweetheart.
Oh my God, Angel is terrific, and we love her, and she's really gone out of her way to help other BNI members come on this podcast
I think it's such a great idea.
and just get the word out. Look, we're still a fairly small community in Gainesville, Ocala, the villages. They're bigger compared to what we used to be. But you're from New York, and you know what big is.
Oh yeah.
This is not big.
No, it is big. I mean, I've actually grown my business bigger here more so than in New York, and it's actually easier to find employees, and they appreciate you. They love our work ethics. Like we're raised to like work hard and never stop. So I feel like I meet so many people that are like that here in Florida. So that definitely helps. And my workers, of course, they don't know how to not be strong. They're just all strong individuals.
Well, what's really wonderful is that you're able to provide jobs for people that are hardworking, trustworthy, and provide a really valuable service. You're also able to make people's lives easier. I mean, I know, my wife and I, we're going, doing all this stuff, and she cleans, herself, but she can't do it all.
Right. She probably keeps it up in between, but it's hard to like spend the whole day cleaning. So it's good to have, like you said, once a week.
Well, yeah. I mean, in our house, it seems like there's 18 people running around all the time, right?
That's good. A busy home.
The handyman's here, the gardener's here, the granny nanny's helping out. We got the cleaning service coming and stuff like that. And what I want to say to those of you that need some help, that Angie's cleaning service is the ticket. You just call Angie. You've got somebody who's trustworthy. You've got somebody who takes pride in her work and makes sure that her team members also take pride in their work. You don't have to worry about anybody stealing anything. Everything's going to be taken care of in a good way.
Yes. I mean, they trust us. We have keys, garage codes, which is a lot for someone to give out.
Yeah.
So we respect them.
Yeah. And for those of you that want to be there when the cleaning goes on, fine. You can be there.
Yeah. We never can, you can go in a room and we'll clean that room first and then you can go right back to your job because most people do work from home. So I try to, let them know that it's your home. You can do what you want.
Well, let's talk about that. How did COVID change your business?
It actually didn't. It made it stronger and bigger. I mean, we still worked with masks on, and we had COVID, of course, the vaccination, we got that, but we never stopped, and I was surprised that people still wanted us at their home. Some, of course, didn't. If they were older, they said, I can't afford for you to come in my home, and we respected that. But within a few months, it was like, get over here as soon as you can. They missed us, because it's a big difference when you're used to us every week, and now you're not. We're not there. So It really didn't affect it. It made us stronger, I think.
Well, I think a lot of people who were working partially from home, but most, remote working was not nearly as common.
Yeah, now it's
before.
popular.
Now, well, I think what happened was people understood that you could work remotely. Before, we, in the legal profession, we had to drag our ass down to the courthouse for a 5-minute hearing.
Oh, wow.
And now, as a personal injury law firm, we don't charge our clients by the hour, so it doesn't affect people as much. But if you are in the middle of a divorce, your divorce lawyer is charging you by the hour. If you're in a lot of other kinds of cases, you're paying your lawyer to, drive 20 minutes or 30 minutes to the courthouse. Wait there for an hour because there's some other lawyers in front of you, spend 5 minutes, then go back, and all of a sudden you've got a bill for 3 hours.
Oh, I know, that's
for
crazy.
$1,500 for.
You don't even know how it came about.
So
fast.
now the good news is the judges have become accustomed to having Zoom hearings for most procedures, right? I mean, most
That's great.
hearings, which means you're in your office, you're working on other things. You can be preparing for the hearing, or you can be working on something totally different. And when your turn comes up, they they let you know, and then you're up. You do your 5-minute
That's a
hearing.
great thing, I think. That's
Yeah.
So good. You don't have to waste all that time, like you said.
Mediations. I prefer in-person mediations, but a lot of people are doing mediations, online, by
Whatever
Zoom,
works.
and that's a big change. So, at least in our industry, COVID really changed the way that the court proceedings were handled, and the inefficiencies we had before. Like I said, taking 3 hours out of your day, and lawyers really would rather be in the office working than running around on the road for a couple hours trying to get to a hearing, and then being frustrated because the judge is running late because somebody has a longer hearing than
Yeah,
they
that happens from
reserved,
time to time.
and so anyhow. I'm a big fan of some of the changes. However, at Meldon Law, what's interesting is we have these $1 million cases with our clients, and some of them we have to beg to come into the office and
Really?
have
They
a
don't
meeting
even-
with us.
Oh, gosh.
They want to do it on the phone. They want to do it on.
They got spoiled from that. That's
Oh,
funny.
we want to, well, yeah, but what we try to explain is, in order to make sure you get a fair shake in your case, you should meet in person.
Yeah, once in a while it's more important.
It's more
face to face. Yeah, I think so.
And so my son Kerry and I, we've been really stressing the importance of, if you can, try to go see your lawyer in person, because if you sit in a room with somebody, you get a different read on the person. And in our business, it's very important for us to know our clients. No matter what has happened as far as prior injuries or other cases they've had, we can once we know about it, we can always work it out. We can always figure out a way to make it happen. But I don't think cleaning is going to go the way of Zoom.
That would be great, but
Well, you could Zoom to talk to people if you need to.
And we had some clients that were so sweet. They actually was sending me checks and not even getting a cleaning. They were like, "No, we know that this is how you make your money. This is money for you and your workers." And I said, "Wow, I mean, I never knew people could be so generous and sweet." But that's the kind of clients we have. I guess it takes two. Like, if I respect you, you're going to respect me. We just have a bond.
I think that the people that live in North Central Florida are really, really nice people. They come from all over, mostly the eastern half of the United States, and a lot of Midwesterners and folks that just are so glad to be able to help.
Oh, yeah. They admit it. They're like, "Never thought that I'd love to see you, but I love seeing you. It's nice."
So anyhow, that's something that we want to stress is, number one, support our local businesses. Number two, with cleaning, it's really, really hard to find good, trustworthy people to help you keep your home nice. You take pride in your home. You spend a lot of money in your home. You're buying all this furniture and all kind of stuff around the house. You want to keep it clean. You want to keep it organized. You want to keep it,
it means a lot to you.
looking good. And no matter whether it's just you yourself, you and your spouse, or a bunch of people in the house, Angie can take care of that
Definitely.
need.
If you need our help, we're here to help you.
Okay, so let's give out the numbers. We know we can go to Angie's Cleaning Service on Google. What are some of the other phone numbers and ways we can get a hold of you?
Yeah, you can get a hold of me on my New York number. It's 631-873-9698, or my Orlando number, 407-907-4910.
Okay, so that's how you get a hold of Angie from Angie's Cleaning Service, and we're so glad to have had you as our guest today,
Thank you for
Angie.
having me.
Thank you for coming and visiting us. This is a pretty cool place.
It is.
Here,
It
isn't
really is. Very colorful and exciting to be.
And there's a museum in
around
different
here?
parts of the no.
Oh, in this restaurant?
This restaurant is a
wow.
museum.
I have to go take a walk and look.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, it's huge.
It's a famous. Steve Spurrier was a very famous football player.
Oh, wow. So that's.
Yeah.
And he now owns it. And
He's part owner of the
That's
restaurant, and our good friend Freddie Wiebe is the managing partner, and they built this room especially for podcasts.
That's such a great idea. Wow, how long have you been here doing it?
Since they built it.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, actually,
That's
we
exciting.
started at Freddie's office right after COVID.
Wow.
I think it was September, October of 2020. We started doing our podcast. So we're now celebrating our 4th year.
That's great. Congratulations.
Podcast every week. And for those of you that are watching or listening on Saturday morning, check out my show, Law Talk Live on the Sky, 97.3. We do a great show with really interesting guests and things that we talk about. It's not about the law, just like this show. We just kind of talk about what's going on in the community.
Yep.
And Angie, you're happening in the community. So thank you again for joining
thank you again
us.
for having me. I had fun.
Well, that's going to be a wrap for Meldon Law and Friends, and we'll see you next week with our special guest, the University of Florida basketball coach, Todd Golden. So see you next week.